I was asked to come and speak about entrepreneurship to you junior achievers. And the topic you have before you is harnessing your potential or youth potential for a better today and a better tomorrow. I would like to give you an assignment when you go home because I don't have enough time. I've been given 20 minutes max to speak. To go and look up the word potential in your dictionaries and interpret what the word potential means. But I can give you a live definition. Telkom Kenya is a government parastatal that used to own Safaricom before Safaricom became what it is. Telkom Kenya sold a small useless part of itself to some other people who went on to become the largest and the most profitable company in the whole of East and Central Africa. Telkom Kenya had potential. You too have potential. I'd like to begin by telling you a short story of one of my few entrepreneurial exploits. And from that, you can gather or take out something, and then I'll tell you a few more things. Somewhere around 1986, I decided to buy a cow because I wanted to farm milk. And for 1 year, I tried to serve this cow with artificial insemination. I even tried a bull, but it wouldn't conceive. So I sold it. And the following year, I bought 2 cows. To cut a long story short, by the end of the 1990s, I was one of the best zero grazing farmers in the entire Kiambu district. And therein I began selling hawking milk and all that from the small beginnings I've just explained to you. But it's not always that you succeed. One time I tried to do fish farming and I made pods. I had 2 pods and I put my fish. And one morning I woke up and found all the fish floating on the surface, dead. I have tried a few other things that have failed, but I have tried many, many things that have succeeded. So what am I trying to tell you? What do you think? What have I taken? What can I share with you has been and is ordinarily the reason for entrepreneurial success? How can you exploit that potential? You need to begin where you are now. When I was your age, when I was in school, I had dreams. I started to dream of what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be and where I wanted to go. You need to begin to have a vision, to begin to decide what it is you would want to achieve. A story is often told of 2 people who are sent to Africa to come and prospect for the opportunity to sell shoes. One of them went back with a report that, you know, my boss, in Africa, there is absolutely no hope. The natives don't wear shoes. The second man went back with a report and said, you know, my boss, Africa is a fertile opportunity. Why? The natives don't wear shoes. Both men saw the same thing. Both men were in the same position, but one had a vision the other one did not have. It will take you a lot of determination, a lot of faith, and faith, by faith I don't mean the religious faith, it helps, but faith, believe that it is possible, yawezekana. It takes passion, that whatever you do with passion, and I have not seen one person who did anything with passion that failed. It takes perseverance. It takes persistence. Indeed, I remember again a story told of a Californian gold prospector who went to dig gold, and he dug for months and months on end. And he gave up at one point and sold it for nothing to somebody else. That somebody else who took over the mine dug for 3 feet and found the greatest gold deposit in California. Persistence, perseverance, going that extra mile. You need courage if you're going to succeed as an entrepreneur. And courage, I don't mean the absence of fear. Entrepreneurs have great fears, but it is the mastery of your fears. And again, I'm reminded of a story which says that a flock of sheep led by a lion would defeat a pack of lions led by a sheep. That is the definition of courage. You need to focus like an eagle in that which you do. If I had time to tell you the problems we've gone through in some of our entrepreneurial exploits, or even if Stephen Smith or Bill had the time to share with you the ups and downs of entrepreneurial businesses, you would know that focus and not giving up is major. Execution is important. Many of us dream and keep dreaming and keep wishing that you could set up a company like Kenya Airways or Safaricom or Barclays. But you fail to understand one thing, and this is where particularly our African people fail big time. Barclays was not founded in a day. General Motors was not set up in a day. It is started with small steps. You have to know that you cannot climb a tree from the middle. You have to start from the bottom. And that is something I would like to impress on you young people as you leave school, as you sit there and dream to be the captains of tomorrow. It does not start where you see us or where you see all these companies. It is started with a very, very small step. Finally, on this call, hard work, and I would hasten to add smart work. If you want to succeed, you must be able to put in hard work, but work smart. The best entrepreneurs, as far as I remember and as far as I can tell you, were the best employees in the companies they worked for. And you can ask again the many CEOs sitting here, that those employees who left their companies to go and become entrepreneurs were indeed the best employees in their offices. So hard work is important. What then can I advise you to do to be able to improve? Learn and improve your skills, and I must commend all of you junior achievers that you're here because you're already a step ahead of your peers. The lessons you're going to take out of this and out of the program as it continues during the year is an opportunity to learn and improve your skills. Learn and increase your money skills. Unfortunately, business and success cannot be measured without money. And learn to deal with the measure that is called money. I know that Bill is not an accountant, yet he is the CEO and he understands the accounts and the balance sheets and the profit and loss and income and expenditure. It will help if you are going to become an entrepreneur to understand a little of money skills. You need to embrace the revolutions of the times. Fortunately, we all know what the revolution of today is. Today is the information technology revolution. You need to understand this technology and embrace it at every opportunity. If you're going to succeed as an entrepreneur, you must understand savings. If you ever decide to go out of business, to go into business and you've never saved anything of your own, it is unlikely you'll succeed. Wealth grows from the small seed that is called savings. And I like to tell people when I speak that if you earn 100,000, your wealth will not grow from the 90,000 you spend. Your wealth will grow from the 10,000 you save. When I have an opportunity to speak to students, I try to remind them that your greatest undoing, whether as a student or as an entrepreneur, will be peer pressure and the people you keep company with. To be an entrepreneur or a leader like the people you see here is a lonely affair. Takes great leaders, takes people who are prepared to do it alone. If you are a person who cannot execute unless you are in a group, you will not make it. You must avoid negative peer pressure and surround yourself with people who are successful. Many times, as I draw towards conclusion, people ask me, which business do you think I should invest in? You can invest in any business as long as it satisfies two needs, two things. Any business that satisfies innovation. You saw the potential in Telkom Kenya, but they did not have the innovation that Safaricom brought to it. The second thing that you must satisfy in any business to succeed is it must satisfy a human need. Those of you who want to be entrepreneurs, look around you. See what are the human needs that are not satisfied, that are not fulfilled. There is one gentleman in this town who 105 or 6 years ago started a small business of mixing cosmetics for women and mainly for ladies. And today he has a multi-billion business in this country. I am told he had not even gone to university. He did not need a degree to know how to satisfy a human need. So if you want to succeed as an entrepreneur, look around you and find what are the human needs that are unsatisfied. And secondly, what innovation can you bring? If you do that, you will not fail. Finally, people ask me, but what about capital? You will not succeed without capital. I am a great believer that no business has ever failed or will ever fail for lack of capital. If you have an entrepreneurial dream, if you want to start a supermarket, if you want to own a supermarket and you have that dream, keep the dream alive. But for God's sake, start trading in a kiosk style. Build a shop. Go with what you have. Don't dream about a supermarket or a Kenya Airways. You need to start small. If you remember, I was telling you my own story. And I can tell you the story of General Motors. I can tell you the story of Eveready. All those stories began somewhere like that. But for some reason, when we are young and we see all these companies, we think they started there. My parting shot, I quote to you the words of a great writer, Holmes, who said, "You are the master of your fate and the captain of your soul." I thank you very much. God bless you.